Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's time for a scenery change. We are pretty much snowed out. It's great. We were all the way up north in Misawa. I nearly butchered that. But essentially, if you look at the mainland of Japan, before you cross the ocean to get to like Hokkaido or Sapporo, this is kind of like there. Up there is actually a powder coating room. We are at Rob's shop. It's called Big D's. You can make all the jokes that you want about that, but it's called Big D's, and this is this really cool 3-story level shop. He cranes cars up and everything, but enough about that. You're wondering why am I here, right? And that's because my Formula Drift car has been missing from my shop for quite a while now, and that's because Rob came and picked it up and brought it up here so that it can get worked on. And I don't think any of you are ready for this, but here it is. We're going LS, baby! No, we're not. That's Mez's car. That's his 13.
OG Oz
OG Australian S13.
many years ago.
Rob's cutting things.
A few moments later.
This is gonna be Mez's car for FDJ1 next year.
Sure is.
I'm pretty excited to be driving with some more Aussies. It's gonna be fun. But he's going LS. I don't know, wait, am I allowed to show this?
Yeah, I don't really care.
You don't care? Okay.
I'll let everyone know about it pretty shortly. I've been keeping it pretty quiet, just because people know how I really feel about LSs, but...
Oh my gosh! I literally didn't know there was a dog here. I thought there was a rat. I saw it in the corner of my eye and it freaked me out. Oh my gosh. So yeah, LS things.
Yeah, but remember that video? I was like, the 2JZ is the LS of Japan.
Yep.
Well, the LS is not the LS of Japan, so...
LS.
We're going LS to be a little bit different, because obviously I want to run a different engine to the rest of the 90% of the field of 2JZ.
Yeah, no, I think it's like 95 maybe, maybe 98.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit different, and with the price of JZs at the moment, I just can't really justify spending all that money.
Yep.
And I can make same horsepower and stuff like that, and I used to build these and I know about them, so it was just a smart option. So.
And you're going to be going turbo, right?
Turbo because I'm poor.
Really? Oh yeah, because if you want to do big horsepower NA, it's a lot of money.
I love like big horsepower NA engines, but I'm poor.
All right.
This is the cheapest way to make the horsepower that we need to compete at this high level. So this is what we're gonna do.
So just like big single in here kind of thing, and make it work.
Probably side mount it like here. Run the pipes up to it and
twin gates out the hood.
Twin gates out the hood because it's cool. Mm-hmm. And nice. Make some noise and be a little bit different. So.
And this thing used to be SR powered, right?
Yes.
This car, I remember seeing this car parked at Sidex, like when I first started getting into drifting at Ebisu. And I was like, whose car is this? And Falsto was like, oh, some crazy guy from Australia. You'll meet him one day. And yeah, well, now it's getting an LS and going to be competing in FDJ1 with me. So I'm stoked.
And an S13, which is arguably the best S chassis ever built.
Yeah, I'm like shaking. It's so cold, guys, so I apologize. But
it's absolutely freezing.
It is freezing.
But yeah, we've made huge progress on the car. We had to fix a lot of rust. It's been sitting for 5 years out in the open. There was trees in it.
Because I never even really saw you driving this that much.
No, never got driven. It got shipped over here, and I drove it like twice.
Yeah.
And just always had problems, so tore it out and... Sounds
like a normal SR life, man.
You gotta caress an SR. You can't just hop in it and rape it. It's not a JZ. You had to treat it nice. You had to maintain it, and that's something we just didn't do in Japan. So every time I went to drive it, it was just broken. So.
And it was on ethanol too, which is hard to get in Japan.
Yeah, and again, ethanol to drive an ethanol that's not a comp car, it's very hard to justify.
Yeah. Well, enough about Mez's car. I'm excited to see this thing finished. As you can see, he's done the rear end on this, getting it ready. Full collapsible rear end. Yeah, man, you cut a lot out of this.
Well, there was more. I've actually added to it.
Oh, really?
All this was open. So this is why I had to like plate it all back in because...
Oh, that would have been a pain.
Yeah, dude. This was hot. Like the smoke was terrible in this car.
All right. Well, let's go upstairs because my car's not on the first floor. this looks amazing. Man, I'm so stoked. So Mesmer is pretty much the GOAT when it comes to fabbing stuff here, especially with comp cars.
I wouldn't say that.
No, but like trying to find someone to do this in Japan is so difficult. Like how many people have hit you up now?
A lot.
Yeah.
Ever since I moved to Japan, I just don't want to do it. I guess I wouldn't say you're lucky, but
somehow I convinced him.
Yeah.
But this is the new bash bar for the front, and we're doing spares of everything. So there's 2 of everything, and Rob has been powder coating everything, which is amazing. Obviously, it's pink. It's a little different than the Yashio pink, but that's okay because the bumpers go over that and all that kind of stuff. And it still looks good because it's a different contrast. But check out the rear end. We chopped this thing. You chopped this thing, sorry.
Yeah.
We chopped
Rob
it.
did so much work. Like Rob helped a lot doing this, you know. Without his workshop, without his CAD puzzle table skills and stuff like that. Now we have all this stuff on file too.
So we can just like, let's say I need to build another one, we can just print that all out. Well, not print it out, but cut it out with the laser and then...
Yeah, we can just say if you had to do this in your own shop, we could just we could cut it all and ship flat pack
to us.
Like even the bars and stuff like that, obviously you'll have to like fine tune them and stuff like that. Just overlength bent bars and then...
Dude, it looks so good. You know what I'm excited about with this? Okubuki.
What?
Okubuki.
Well, I was thinking about Okubuki, right? Because I'm probably going to do the same thing. These bash bars for Okubuki, I'd suggest take them off.
Yeah, just so it's collapsible.
Because like you're going to bounce off the wall with these.
Yeah.
And they do collapse. Like I hit the wall in Okayama and they crushed quite nicely, but it will bounce off it. So go European style and just remove them.
Remove them, yeah. Not a bad idea. This is cool. The little guy here, the toe strap. Dude, I love this. And we can still move this radiator forward and stuff if we change these fittings and whatnot, right?
Change these fittings, move it forward, change the fan setups because this is a really deep fan.
Yeah.
And get that even further
tucked in, yeah, just for more protection.
And, you know, you can take it even further, right? But your firewall limited me, so
yeah.
I scratched that. You'd have to cut out that crossbar. But you could, on my car and the Cyber Experience S15 that I was driving, I sunk the tank further, even deeper in.
Really?
For room. So
and I do have a pretty big fuel cell.
It's huge, man.
Yeah, it's massive.
I asked Sam to change it. He's like, no.
No, I'm not changing it. I like being able to do more than 2 laps than needing to fill up. But in saying that though, tires don't last that long. But it is nice to have that extra weight.
I ran out on Higashi at Matsuri.
Did you?
Yeah, I was stuck on the uphill.
Dang, that sucks.
In the S15.
See, if you had this size tank, it would have been fine. But anyway, so we obviously still have a lot of work to go. But Mesmer has pretty much done all the big stuff. And the fact that now this is a collapsible rear end, we can go into rounds knowing that we have spares for everything, we can fix the rear end really quickly, and we're not worried about, damaging any important stuff too. We're protected in that aspect. Also, we're running the Car Pro Juice rear clamshell for the S15, so it's fiberglass, it's lighter. I mean, we haven't lost a ton of weight in the rear end because we've added, obviously, what we took out, but what would you say, like maybe 10 kilos if we're lucky?
Yeah, because obviously we put a lot of weight back into it, but I think the weight saving, and I've been trying to convince Sam.
It's happening, don't worry.
Like, oh no, I like my heavy car. I'm like, no, you don't. But he's got to get rid of his goddamn stock doors.
Yeah, we still have like full heavy doors on this and glass.
There's 20 kilos you'll just shave from cutting out your doors and glass.
Yeah.
20 kilos, which is huge, right?
Even if I kept the stock doors and just cut them out, that would be a game changer. Because these are heavy, these are not light. Like, yeah, it's definitely something we need to do.
Weight saving in race cars, it's not the bigger things, it's every little thing. That's how you save weight in a race car. It's every little bracket that's not supposed to be there. Anything that's not getting used, you remove that, and then the combined weight, you save a lot.
And then you're able to then put weight back where you actually need it. So like, when you go into corner balancing and all that type of stuff, which is stuff that I'm still learning about, which has been really fun learning as we've been getting into this. But let's have a look at the other side, because I know you went down a rabbit hole on this side. You can see there's a lot more paint missing on this side. What happened? What did you find?
I started cleaning off some paint to obviously do the wheel tubs.
So you started here.
I started and cut, and I'm like, man, that looks like a little bit of bog.
Bog is Australian term for putty, guys, or body filler. Bondo, yeah.
I've been hassling about it around the shop, like, what's bog? I'm like, I don't know, it's like stuff you put on. But yeah, I started grinding a little bit, and then I realized it had some pretty thick Bondo.
And it just kept going.
And it kept going, and all of a sudden...
The whole quarter panel was bare metal.
Taking the whole quarter panel down to bare metal, and then trying to pull it out.
You did a good job. I'm not, like, I mean...
This was a lot of this was all this like disgusting stuff was already like that.
Yeah.
Like this weld here and stuff like that. I didn't do that. I just... Because I could actually get my hand in there and flatten it a bit better.
Oh, that's nice, yeah.
And look, I'm no body guy, but...
That's a million times better than it was before.
It's covering an over-fender, but yeah, this was horrible. Like, there was janky welds everywhere and stuff like that, and I didn't want to spend too much time because you could spend a week fixing all this and plugging up all the hundreds and hundreds of M6 nutserts in the quarters, because this car's obviously been through that many revisions. Australia, New Zealand, Japan now. Like it's been to a lot of places. So it's okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but...
Dude, that's enough, because all of that gets covered with an over fender anyways, so...
But still, I know.
Primer it, paint it.
I know.
Yeah, and if I ever do get a big hit there, I'll just change the whole quarter.
Yes, I think that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Just change the whole quarter.
Yeah, because I could still get brand new quarters to this, so I might actually still purchase that and just have them ready on the shelf for when the time is right for that. Because I do want to revisit a lot of stuff in this car. I think this car's going to stay with me until it doesn't exist anymore for some ridiculous reason. But you know, I definitely want to change a lot next year going into it as well. But this year, this is, I think, where we're going to leave things.
Well, if you're wondering why you actually do cut these out so high and deep. Well, one, for wheel clearance this year, then SAMMIT decided to tell me that it's also touching another spot that I didn't get to.
It's okay. I'll do this at my shop.
Yeah, but I'm scared, because you know what you said to me?
I said I was going to hit it with a hammer this year.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. He's just like, I'm just going to belt that with a hammer. I'm like, please don't. But aside from wheel clearance, in a high-level pro drift car, they build up so much rubber on the inside. They'll catch fire.
Yeah. 100%.
So pretty well every event you must remove it, otherwise it will light on fire.
It will light on fire. It's dangerous.
This makes it very easy. So you pull your over fender off, you get a scraper and you just
whoop, straight out,
and it just comes off like a carpet.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
You can see here he's done all of this, sealed it up.
Don't look too hard at that kind of stuff.
Nah, it looks good, man. It looks great. It's better than what I could do.
Well, it's dealing with an old molester.
Bro, it's okay.
No, but you see,
I know.
putting this stuff online, I'm just like, yeah, I look at it, I'm just like, no, it's not really amazing, but
it's fine. So this is what the car looks like now. It still needs a little bit of work, but the next step for this is getting it back to my shop. This is Rob, by the way. I have to say a massive thank you to you, sir. Thank you for taking my car such short notice and letting Mesmer have his way with it and letting him use your shop too.
Rob did a lot of stuff on it too. So like it was a good
I think he got the fun job though, because he was just cutting the thing apart.
Yeah,
He was sending me videos of him with a saber saw just going to town on this thing. He loved it. But yeah, no, like it looks incredible. It looks way more professional than what was in there before, and I'm excited to kind of like get this thing back and start kind of building off this now that we have a full proper collapsible rear end. And then the plan is after this year, the front end's going to get the same treatment. Right now we still have like a cut up OEM front rad support. I'm going to be kind of making it a little nicer in the engine bay and doing a few things, but from next year, I think what I want to do is like proper chassis mount. The engine will end up having, you know, things cut back to here with mounting points and stuff, just with like what Mesmer's done to your car downstairs, essentially, right?
Yeah, we'll just go the 9 works or go the whole 9 yards on it and actually make it collapsible. And obviously that's not my design. Obviously you look at other people in the world and stuff like that, and you're probably looking at all this and you'll be like, it's very similar, but they all kind of end up kind of looking the same. The way progression of the sports is going.
No, I like it. I think this is going to be really good, and this sway bar looks baller. What'd you say? You found out that my toe strap was only held on with an M8 bolt for like dear life?
Bolt, yeah. And we pulled it onto Rob's 5 car.
Yeah, like up the steep hill, and
When I pulled it out, I was like, God damn, imagine if that just snapped out in front of Tome too.
Oh my gosh, straight out. So he's gone and put a M12 there, I guess 1.25 thread or something, so that way we can put a nice strong one in there, but that's kind of where she's at. Comp car's gonna get packed up, it's gonna come back to the shop, we'll do a little bit more work on it, and then it's gonna go to the paint shop, get a fresh lick of paint everywhere, it's gonna look mint, and then we're ready for motor package, which you guys don't know about yet, but you will in the coming weeks or months. I don't know, we'll find out soon. But regardless, I'm really excited. The car was definitely in good care. We've got a lot of things to do. And then, yeah, by the end of this month, this will be back at our shop and we'll be getting straight into it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this, but we're gonna go check out some more things that are happening at Rob's shop because this place is crazy. I've said it at the start, but it's 3 stories. We're on the 2nd story right now. The 3rd story is up there, which is mainly like storage. But like, look at all of this stuff behind here. There's cars on top of cars on top of cars, and oh yeah, his key car, race car, endurance race car, rear mount radiator now. Rear mount radiator, I butchered that, but also the transmission's worth like 3 or 4 grand or something.
Yeah, it's all custom. So I had it all resynchroned, so you're using 4th or 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 4th. And so you don't have to go across pattern, like 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. So it's all diffed and re-geared and.
So did you put like an LSD in there too?
LSD and everything in it. It was all like, it was like Gochumon. It was like.
Oh my gosh, there's like a 5 grand transmission in that. That car, that whole entire car, you can buy for probably $400.
The diff itself is like $1,000.
Jeez, dude.
I paid a local shop.
What about the clutch?
Clutch is stock.
So you still got the small tiny clutch. See, that's what I'm worried about with my car is the clutch is gonna slip.
No, it's still.
It's pretty good?
No problems with clutch.
And is the import shaft still as big as your pinky finger?
Yeah, pretty much. But it goes fast, that's all that matters.
I think it was Rob that actually told me this. He was like, you know, get your kids into cars and they'll never have money for drugs. And like, this is a perfect example of just spending stupid amounts of money on something stupid that shouldn't be done. But
it's fun.
It's fun.
That's all that
and
matters.
I've driven that, but previously before it had a rear mount radiator, right?
Yeah.
And it had, I think it had, maybe it was overheating back then.
Yeah, I had that was the last motor. The head gasket was leaking.
Ah, okay. But it was fun. I 2-wheeled it going over a ripple strip cutting some time, and it still like took it like a champ. It was a lot of fun, and that's why we're building the Wagon R back at the shop. This is Rob's powder coating room. This is your oven, right?
Yeah.
Dang. And then this is where you spray the stuff.
Yeah, that's where you shoot and then bake.
Bake it in there.
Yeah, and it comes out all nice and pink.
Yeah, so this is the spare front bar. You can see the number 11 is here, which is my number, and then the other side has the S, the SAMMIT logo. I love that, all the details. And then this is another one of the rear hoops.
Spare hoops, yeah.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
We got all of this stuff spare, so if we have a wreck, we just switch them out. And then this is the powder.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Neon Pink Dream.
That's kind of cool. I love that. Dude, this place is awesome.
Because you're always dreaming of pink, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Last time we were here, we messed around with the Super Nintendo, if you guys remember the OG video, but that thing's still chooching there. Old option? Dang.
There might be a...
That's wild.
Oh, where's VIP car?
Dude, look at the old like ROM tomb pages. So cool. The Project Muse still going strong. So cool, man.
VIP.
What a different world. You probably get a little depressed reading through some of this when you see like cars like Supras and stuff for sale for like 5 grand. You're like, oof.
Yeah. I've thrown away so much over the years. It's not even funny.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Hindsight.
So if you guys need anything powder coated in Japan, Rob is your guy. As you can see, he has a very large oven, so he can do wheels, you can do bike frames, so you can do pretty much anything that'll fit in there. Yeah. So, I keep convincing him to get like a 40-foot container to turn into an oven so we can do entire chassis.
Well, you can sponsor the oven, and then I can do the chassis.
What do we need? Just a bunch of gas burners and...
the same burner, you know, it's a burner from the States or whatever, but it's just the size. You just have to make it as big as you can and as much heat as you can put in it and try to insulate it so it, you know,
holds the heat,
heat and stuff like that. Fans to kind of keep
And what temperature does it have to run it at, like Celsius or Fahrenheit?
400 degrees Fahrenheit is usually what.
So that's like
bakes at.
210
Celsius,
C.
yeah.
Okay, that's really not that bad. But if you're doing a 20 foot's probably a little better.
Yeah.
40 foot's a lot of room.
Yeah. Usually the powder says on here, so this cure time is 15 minutes at 390. So.
Oh, okay.
So you get it up to 390 and then 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then does this stuff stick on there? Like if you were to say, like you would need another container almost to spray it in and then move it in.
Yeah, you would need something about the same size or just something clean enough, where you couldn't do it outside because the wind would be blowing.
Yeah, because the wind would blow it back off it, right?
But it's held on kind of like static electricity is kind of a layman's way to say it. It's just the static kind of sticks it to it and then you put it in. It's just plastic powder.
Okay.
And then when you put it in the oven, it bakes and melts and becomes what it is.
Yeah, I've always
powder coated.
kind of been curious about how all this stuff works. It's cool. And then this here is my new subframe for the car. If you guys remember, we've kind of repaired the subframe that's in my car right now multiple times now. And I think it's old, it's fatigued, and we needed something more reinforced and something that was going to be more suited for all of the abuse that these things get. So they whipped up this new to me subframe. So it was obviously an S14 subframe, and then they've adapted and added all of this to support the winter's quick change that we run. So this is like the dummy one they used, but you can see that this is way beefier than what's in my car currently, if you guys remember, all the gusseting and all that type of stuff. Also the welding. The rules in FD say that we're not allowed to weld any kind of braces on to support any of these mounts, but they don't say anything about reinforcing the welding. So everything's just been welded up everywhere on top of welds, essentially the OEM welds, to make it way stronger, and it looks incredible. We got this support bar across the top here, not on the bottom, so it's not going to bottom out there. It's also further back so that we don't have to take a huge notch out of the body. And once again, CBR for Cheeseburger Racing. It's kind of like your little racing brand.
Yep.
Here at Big D's.
Yeah.
And then the S logo on there as well for my brand. But otherwise, this looks incredible. I'm really stoked. I think we get some new bushes in this. We're gonna put some solid aluminum ones, some GK or something. This is gonna be awesome. And all of this reinforcement here, I think I'll be impressed if this cracks. Like this looks way better than the one that's currently in mine. Mine doesn't even have any gusseting here or anything. It's just a plate welded straight onto that with no support. So I don't think we're gonna have any more issues with this subframe. I'm stoked. And then we'll have the other one that we can send up and get that maybe a little updated or something, so that's then the spare one. But that one's a little tweaked too. It's a little twisted, so we might just build another one. But yeah, that's that. You guys, oh, you got a jig for it now?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude, that's a proper jig too. Yeah, look at that.
I got this made this up so I can bolt the subframe down, so
that's awesome.
It doesn't warp, or to try to minimize any warpage when I cut it up
and start welding, putting heat into it and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, what else is going on? You got a Stasia in here. It looks like it's getting some work on RV.
Chasing power steering issues.
Oh, power steering issues. So just maintenance this one's in for?
Yeah.
Nice. And then this one over here's got an RV in it too.
Yeah, this is gonna be this year's 235 car, I guess, if you want to call it something.
Yeah.
So it's a G35 with an RV.
I love that.
In it. Yeah.
I love it. Is it stock internals, this thing?
No, it's stock internals. It's been refreshed, but it's got cams and a head gasket and stuff like that. But
perfect.
New pistons, new rings.
This is sick.
Like that.
This is some ghetto Aussie stuff.
It needs some work. It'll be prettier.
No, that's perfect as is, man.
It'll be prettier after it's powder coated. Yeah.
I think that's perfect as is. That's some like Aussie backyard engineering there.
Firewall out.
Oh yeah.
Firewall out. It's using MozWorks bell housing adapter. You cut it's a CD09.
Yep.
Topped off with the bell housing on it. Then,
dude, this is sick. I've always wanted to drive one of these, like, V35. This is a Skyline in Japan, but everywhere else in the world it's an Infinity. Yeah.
The funny thing is it has a longer wheelbase than a Chaser.
Really?
Yes. The wheelbase is like 3 or 4 centimeters longer than a
interesting
Chaser.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
The body is probably not longer because it has much less overhang.
Yeah, just the wheelbase is.
But the wheelbase is
interesting.
Longer than,
it's kind of cool, but hang on, is the transmission in the same location OEM though? Like
back a little bit.
Okay. I was curious about that because if you're able to use the OEM shifter, that solves a lot of the notchiness feeling of them.
Yeah. I'll just shorten that little shaft, but I'm doing the same. It's getting the same routine.
Yeah.
As far as everything. So
and dude, that looks awesome.
So
it's gonna be sick. And that's just based off the same template that you use for my car
that's
too.
my idea, me and Daniel's, Mezzi's idea design. So
That's awesome, dude. I love that.
The Leroy loops, as we call them.
Leroy loops. That's sick, dude. I love that this is a G35 wagon or a V35. This is honestly awesome. This is something I've thought about doing too, like an RB in one of these. I think, you know, it's going to be really good. And you're just going to put like a G30 or like a GTX 30 or something on it?
Something simple. We'll see what the budget allows.
Yeah. Dude, that's perfect.
Full FDF Mega Manus kit. You know, the whole 9 yards. Link
Your son
ECU.
drives this too, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome, man.
Maybe it's kind of like 235 car because EDS and like G1 GP and stuff like that.
What's 235 tire size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just kind of calling it
The 235 car.
Yeah.
That's sick. I mean, it'll run 265s no problem under that.
Yeah, but it's kind of the Z's by themselves are not quite enough to hang in like the G1 GP and stuff like that. You need a little more oomph. So
No, this will definitely be a little more than some oomph.
it's my montage to what a Skyline is originally supposed to be. It's not a Skyline if it doesn't have an RB in it.
You know, yeah, I like that.
So this will be a proper Skyline.
I like that. No, I dig that a lot. Hell yeah, man. Awesome, man. I can't wait to see this thing running. I guess I'll be driving probably with your boy for WC sometime with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure he'll be able to keep up. He'll be a lot faster than me. Like if this thing is running like just like a GTX 30, this thing should be making like 400 or 500 quite comfortably. So
it should be fun to hang with chasers and whatnot, all the JZX boys.
I'll have to turn my boost up just to hang with this guy. This thing's going to be a ripper. I don't know though, the weight, you're stripping it out a lot though, so maybe it'll be pretty level.
Stripping it out, everything's going to be acrylic. I'm doing the rear radiator with
Oh, you're going all out.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, cool. Can't wait to see you driving.
Clowns are influencing me too much, so I gotta.
The clowns.
Yes, the clowns, the Aussie clowns.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm sure you've seen Greg's car. This is in the works too. So
I think last time I saw this was upstairs.
yeah, but it's up and running, so.
Mesmer, why don't you just take this and put that in right off the bat? Don't even have to work for it. Oh wait, there's no turbo.
No, it's a 6 liter. So.
6 liter.
Yeah.
Jeez, dude, that pulley is
FDF,
massive.
Got a full FDF kit.
Nice. Did you custom powder coat that yourself?
Yeah, we repowder coated it. Yeah. So. Cheeseburger orange.
I like that. This thing's sick. Has it driven yet?
Yeah, he's had it. He's done a few shakedowns and stuff like that. He's still fiddling with little things. So
I love that it's like, you know, primer gray and then it's kind of got like that anime manga kind of vibe going on it.
Greg's like, I'll do something to spice up the primer gray.
Yeah.
It'll eventually get painted and whatnot, but yeah.
No, that's great for now. I like that.
Right now it's just.
I think you guys already know it's a matter of time before I do some kind of LS thing here, especially with Rob. And he has like a shipping container somewhere around here just full of like 5.3s and 6.0s and stuff. They're actually not too hard to find in Japan because there's a lot of American like Tahoes and things like that over here. Don't tell anyone? Don't tell anyone? All right, sorry. There's no LSs in Japan. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he has no LSs, but we're gonna build one soon. Maybe a Chaser. Maybe an LS. You know what? An LS Mark II. I've never wanted a Mark II, but maybe we'll do an LS Mark II or something. I don't know.
Maybe something that probably hasn't been done yet. Anybody that drives a Chaser is a 2J or 1J lover, so they're not gonna be.
You're not wrong. I always wanted to put a Barra in a JZA. A Barra, but an LS would be cool. Or we could go and get like one of those VIP crowns or a Pro Grey.
Yeah.
Do an LS powered Pro Grey. Put a sequential in there or a G-force or a dog box and just bop, bop, bop. Well, sorry, it's more like bop. That was probably really bad. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, bye.